All right, everybody, happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a great day out there. Listen, I'm so excited for this morning. We've got a special guest joining us this morning, and I just want to remind everybody to follow Coach Myra Miles and myself. We started doing this back before this pandemic happened, or actually right when it happened, and we said we're going to pick a word a day. We're just going to uplift each other. We're going to keep each other accountable, and we've done that, and it's been an absolute blessing. We play this recording every day on our Facebook page, on my business page, Brent Palmer. Check it out. Also on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to turn it over right now to Coach Myra Miles, my partner in crime. Coach, I'm going to let you do the introductions.
Yes, I'm just so thankful that everybody has come today, and looks like we've brought several friends in here too. But our guest today is, I'm pumped about it. I know Rod through his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law is on the staff here at the University of Tennessee, Todd Watson, and consider Todd one of my dear friends. We're connected all the way back to the Hoover High School days, which you've heard about in the community. So, but listen, when I realized who Rod was, and I talk about it all the time, y'all, how I love music. Well, this guy right here, let me tell you what, he can bring it. But I want to tell you a little bit about Rod and his wife. They are just tremendous people, strong Christians of faith. And I have looked forward ever since I texted and talked to Rod about him doing this. And he never hesitated. He's like, yes, ma'am, I'll be glad to do this. So, Rod, we are so thankful that you are here today, and we look forward to you sharing a little bit with us about your life, your career, and being on The Voice, and dadgummit, almost winning that dadgum thing. So, but thanks again, Rod.
Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all for having me. Thank you so much. Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Okay.
You get started, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a blessing to take part. I love to share my story. I love to share my faith, and just get connected with new people. So it's an exciting moment in my life, and with all the COVID does kind of shut a lot of things down, but it's starting to pick back up. So that's a wonderful thing. And so where do you want me to start with, Myra?
You just go ahead and just speak to them kind of about your journey, where you came from and how you got to where you're at now, and just how positive, the positivity that has just controlled your life.
Well, this might take a little while. So no, I played sports all my life, and just never really got involved in music. And, raised up in the church. My older sister, who's an incredible singer, she sings, and she's been singing her entire life. Grew up watching her, listening to her, and my whole family's kind of really musically talented. And all my cousins, my extended family. And just listening to them my whole life, but I never interacted, never really got involved. And I played, football, baseball. I was a 4-year letter in golf, believe it or not. Just love sports. And that's where really I thought my life, was going to kind of end up playing sports. And it didn't end up that way. And matter of fact, after I graduated, it was kind of disheartening in a way. I didn't really have any type of offers, anything. And so I went straight to work with my daddy and our family business. And a year and a half after I graduated high school, daddy has a hip replacement, staph infection set in. And during that time of his surgery, I got a call from Coach Steve Campbell, who's at the University of South Alabama now, head coach. And he brought me out to Perk, Mississippi Gulf Coast, a year and a half after high school. And I kind of thought, hey, this is going to be one of the greatest stories ever. A year and a half after school, I'm going back to play football. long story short, I had to come back and run the family business. You know, Daddy was out of work for almost 4 months with staph infection, had a PICC line ran through to his heart, 24 hours of antibiotics. But the entire time, God had a plan. And, I never really, I honestly, I looked at it selfishly, and it was, me, what do I want? Instead of saying, hey, God, lead me, you direct my path. And believe it or not, I sang in front of my home church, which I attended for almost 36 years. We just started a new church here a few months ago, helping a new church out. And for 36 years, and I sang in front of them for the first time at 20 years old. I didn't sing, I just wouldn't sing, wouldn't do it. But God's opened up so many doors since then. I mean, it's just, I'm blown away by it. It's very humbling because I realize I'm undeserving. I'm nothing without him. And he's kind of just, led me to this. And to try to keep it short for you, I never been on Snapchat in my life. And I got on Snapchat and I see Kelly Clarkson pop up. And she's like, hey, we're doing The Voice on Snapchat. So I said, let me try it. And I sent the video in January the 11th, the very last day you could send a video in. And I went ahead and done the video. I was driving a dump truck and sang a song driving down Interstate 10 and sent it in. Well, I got home that evening and I asked my wife, I said, Kimberly, I said, what do you think about me doing The Voice on Snapchat? She said, well, whatever you thought. I said, really? Just tell me, be honest with me. She said, you already did it, didn't you? I said, yeah, I sent the video in. So they ended up choosing me. They flew me out to California. I met Kelly Clarkson. I ended up finishing second on The Voice on Snapchat. And anyways, the real show contacted me. The producers from the actual NBC production brought me into a private audition June the 18th of 2018. And it's a year-long process. The whole from start to finish is a year long. So I went, auditioned, and it's just like, I don't know, a snowball effect from there. It's just crazy, the doors that's been opened up. So it's truly been a blessing.
Well, I think probably, Rod, if you don't mind.
Yes, ma'am.
I think just a couple of things. Y'all, what you see is what you get with this guy right here. He's a real deal. And he's the same every time I've seen him. Precious. But I think we'd like to hear just a little bit from maybe one of your tunes that you did on The Voice. And then maybe I'd like to hear some of what you're doing, kind of a version of what you're doing now, your new music. So
yes, ma'am.
You just go ahead and let it rip, buddy.
I'm in Tennessee right now. I worked all day yesterday, and we drove up to my cousin's in Chattanooga because I have to sing in Nashville tomorrow. I have a couple little places I'm singing at. But so yeah, I'm excited about being in Tennessee. But anyways, this was my favorite performance, by the way. I'm just going to sing a little bit of this song, and then I'll sing an original. I have a new EP that's about to come out. So, but this was my favorite performance on the show because I got to sing to my wife on national TV.
Yeah.
The world for a good thing she's found. If she's there, she can see it. She can do no wrong. Turn his back on his best friend, he puts her down. When a man loves a woman, If she's bad, he can see it. She can do no wrong. Turn his back on his best friend if he puts her down.
Wow, that's awesome, Rod. Yay, that's awesome. You know, Rod, I want to ask you a question. I know you've had just an incredible journey, and I know your faith, and I know what your faith is, but I mean, getting to work with, you know, Kelly Clarkson and Blake Shelton and all those people, and I know you and Kelly connected really, really well, but I do believe that Blake kind of regretted that he didn't get you. So, how was that working with those people?
Honestly, there's not one bad thing I could say. I originally I started on Blake's team, which he was incredible. The little bit of time I got to spend with him, he was just, honest to God, just a good old country boy. I mean, that's he'd sit down, he'd talk with you, and we got to interact an hour or so before the show. They would come out there for 35, 40 minutes, sometimes longer than that, and just hang out with us, talk with us. And Blake was incredible. I was stolen by Adam, and Adam was a great guy, treated me just wonderful. And then finally ended up on Kelly's team, which Kelly is absolutely incredible. And just a little, okay, let me plug this real quick. John Legend's probably the nicest guy I've ever met in my life. Honest to goodness, he's a super nice guy. And he came up and spoke after every show. And I kind of wish that there's a little bit that says, because, okay, the show is super edited. There's so much editing that goes on that people do not see. And my first response when John was the first one to speak to me, he said, during my blind audition, he said, you know, what type of music do you love? And I told him, I said, gospel is my heart. That's where it's at. They didn't show that. They just showed I love 90s country, which I did. I love 90s country. But anyways, I told him gospel. And he said, that's me. I was born and raised in the church. And there's times I wish I would have chose John Legend just to where he could really, you know, bring out my gospel, you know, and the soul I have and the passion I have for gospel music. So, but they were all incredible.
Well, that's amazing. And one quick question, and then I want you to play something new that you're working on. But, you know, there were times, like you said, from your life all the way to now, and in this community, the whole objective of Coach Palmer and I was to stay positive during tough times. What is something that has kept you focused? I know your trust and love of the Lord, but what are some things that you did, you know, when it got tough, when you're separated from Kimberly and your family, but what did you do to stay positive and stay on track in tough times?
Honestly, I just had to stay focused, you know, kind of just set a goal and stay focused on the prize at hand, you know, and keep my eyes there. And, you know, my faith in Jesus, I mean, that's a given. Here's what, okay. There's just so much to talk about when it comes to that. My faith, I mean, it's just, he's my everything. And I've never, and I know this isn't up for any type of debate or anything, but I struggled. I used to say, I'm going to keep God first. When I was in high school, my football program, I went to Moss Point High School my 9th, 10th, and 11th grade years, and we were a powerhouse. Went to state twice in a row. I mean, just that we were great, but our objective was we had goals, and number one was keep God first. So throughout my life, I was like, I got to keep God first. And it's like one day, it's like the Spirit of God truly spoke to me and just spoke to my heart and was like, stop numbering me. Stop putting a number on me and put me right in the center of your life. Because when you put me in the center of your life, I'm going to be a part of everything you do. So my faith's there. It was there. It was established. It's a firm foundation. He told Peter, he said, I'll build my church. On this rock, I'll build my church. On a firm foundation, I'll build my church. And that's what I established, in my life, that he's my firm foundation. So he was a part of everything I did. But staying focused on the goal at hand, really is what done it for me. And knowing that I had a wife that loved me and supported me 100%. I'm blown away by it. I can't talk too much about it because I'll get emotional because you don't deserve it when God puts you find a wife. He said, you found a good thing. She's just the greatest thing outside of Jesus that's ever happened to me. And so she really just helped me stand focused and through the entire, process. So.
Well, and Kimberly is precious. She is everything that you say about her plus. So I gotta say, I'm getting some texts from some people, so with some requests, but I want you to play something you're working on first, and then I'm gonna tell you the overwhelming texting response for a song they want to hear, because a lot of people heard it on The Voice. But let's hear something. Let's hear something new right now.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna play this one. It's called "Gone Too Long." Kelly Clarkson gave all of her team, her entire team, a diary. She gave us a diary, and when she got to our name, she wrote our name down, and she said she wrote down the very first line that came to her mind, very first thing. And with me, she wrote, "Take me to a simpler time." I guess because I'm just simple. I work hard every day. I go to work, come home. That's it. Nothing special. I'm just simple. But we wrote around this lyric. So technically, Kelly Clarkson is a writer which is going to be one of my first single releases. But I got this recorded.
Hey, and we're blessed to be able to hear this, guys. So take this in. Let's roll, Rod.
You know me better than I do. When I'm drifting and needing you, when life gets louder, it all gets harder. When the road keeps getting longer, you're the only thing that never moves. Take me to a simpler time, slow it back down to you and I. You know how to break right through, the only one that knows the truth. Take me down that old dirt road, the one that always brings me home. Turn it to my favorite song, and I've been gone too long. So many times I don't know where to be. So many places this old world's pulling me. They try to shake my walls, make me fall. They try to change my home. Before it ever gets that far, take me to a simpler time, slow it back down to you and I. You know how to break right through, the only one that knows the truth. Take me down that old dirt road, the one that always brings me home. Turn it to my favorite song, and I've been gone too long. You pull me back here and remind me when I end up lost, you find me. Take me to a simpler time, slow it back down to you and I. You know how to break right through, the only one that knows the truth. Take me down that old dirt road, the one that always brings me home. Turn it to my favorite song, and I've been gone too long.
Wow. It's awesome, Rod. You're headed in the right direction, buddy. Or let me say you're continuing to be in the right direction as a man, a husband, and in your career. And I mean, I know we've kind of went a little bit long, but Coach Palmer, if it's all right, I'm going to have to throw out this requested song just to maybe get a verse in the chorus.
Well, Coach, and I got to say this, I think it's fitting, the song, Rod, we've all listened to it and we listened to your take of it, which was amazing. But today's 9/11, and to me, this song is very fitting. So Coach, I'll turn it back to you.
Okay. Go rest high on the mountain. And like Coach Palmer said, very fitting. And we're going to dedicate it to the families who lost loved ones on this day. Was it 19 years ago? God, I can remember absolutely where I was at. I was in a gymnasium with a bunch of children that had no clue what was going on. So if you don't mind, Rod, give us a little Go Rest High on the Mountain. You think you got one more in you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I was in 11th grade when this happened, and I was watching Channel 1 News. I will never forget it. They turned Channel 1 News on at the high school, and I didn't. And as a high school, as a junior in high school, I didn't realize at that time, what had really taken place. And but I'm honored to be able to just sing this and just say, hey, this is for all the folks that have lost their lives for our country. That's given their lives and given themselves for us, because it could have been me easily. But anyways, I'm gonna sing this song. I know your life on earth was trouble. Only you can know the pain. You weren't afraid to face the devil. You were no stranger to the rain. So go rest high on that mountain. Son, your word on earth is done. Go to heaven, shouting love for the Father and the Son. Oh, how we cry the day you left us. We gathered around your grave just to grieve. Wish I could see all the angels' faces when they hear your sweet voice sing. So go rest high on that mountain. Son, your word on earth is done. So go to heaven, shouting love for the Father and the Son.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you. I think this call has been amazing. But Rod, we just can't thank you enough for joining us today, but for actually helping us start our day with the right mindset and also on focus upon how special this day really is, and thinking of family. So thank you so much, buddy. You have a good day today in the studio, and I just look forward to seeing you. Hopefully, I know we're kind of strained up with this football season, but I look forward to hopefully getting to see you at a game or two this season in Knoxville.
Yes, man. I'm excited. Hey, always remember, no matter how we look at it or view it, God always has everything under control.
That's right, buddy.
Thank
All
y'all
right.
so much.
Thanks again, bud. Love you. And I will talk to you soon. Coach, you got anything you want to add?
Rod, just want to say thanks. And I tell you what, when you wake up in the morning, you never know what God has in store for you or in your path. And today, you were a true blessing from God. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was awesome. Awesome. Have
All
a
right,
great Friday.
Have a good day. Love all of y'all.
We love each and every one of you. Grateful for you.